So today we're going to be talking about how to deal with losses. I hear a lot of people saying to think of losses like expenses, but it doesn't make sense to think about it like that when your losses exceed the amount of money you make for the month. The reality of trading is that everybody experiences losses. So we're going to be talking about some tips and tricks on how to deal with those losses. Alright, y'all, so there's really 3 simple steps that you need to follow in order to deal with losses. At the end of this video, I'm going to be going over one loss that I took yesterday for this new instant funding account that I just got like last week. And then I'm going to go over how I'm dealing with my drawdown with Mint funding right now. So number one, I feel like testing your system and journaling it. I know you hear it from other people, but it's actually true. If you journal your trades for at least 100 trades, right? So you tested your system, you journaled it, and you got 100 trades. So note down how much return you're getting and keep following that same system. Don't make any exceptions or what. So actually jot down what you would have done. All right. So follow the same system. So don't switch that system up. A lot of people, when they start seeing a string of losses, will start switching up their system. And that's what really hurts the overall results. In order to have consistency in the market, you need to be having consistency with the strategy you're using, right? And the third thing that you need to do is look at overall results. A lot of people, I've seen people that will lose for one day or lose for a week, and then they're confused and they don't know what to do. You only lost for a week. You have still 3 more weeks of the month to be in profit. A lot of people don't look at overall results. They want to make profit in a day. They want to make profit for the week. They want to make even for a monthly. Sometimes there will be down months, but minimum I will look at for my results is monthly. So monthly, quarterly, and yearly is a good way to look at results. When you look at all of these, the losses, it helps when you do get a loss because you know your average return. So when you test your system, you know your system from the back of your head. You know what it does. You know your average return, and the losses doesn't really matter to you. That's what really goes into losses are expenses. And in order to get your mind to think like that, you need to test the system and learn it so you don't end up switching it because you know overall that system makes profit. So I have 2 accounts. I have a Mint Funding Challenge account and I have an Instant Funding account with live funds from a prop firm. If you don't know what instant funding is, I have a video right here if you want to watch that real quick and come back to this video. So we're gonna actually start off with the Mint funding. I haven't took any trades on it except for yesterday. So I'm currently in a $183 drawdown. This is a $25,000 account, challenge account. And I'm only risking 0.25%. I'm trying to build it up slowly. That's what I'm really trying to do. And the really crazy thing about it is there's 2 trades that I connected to a copy trader to my instant funding account, which were profitable, and it would have finally got me out of this drawdown that I'm going through right now. But it is what it is. It didn't connect properly. It closed my trades automatically for some small losses. I talked about that in a previous video. But if you look at the Myfxbook that is linked to that account, you can actually see that even though my win rate is 34%, I'm not really phased by the losses because I tested my system and I know on average me risking 0.25%, averaging these returns. This was my drawdown month. You know, drawdown happens, you know, losses happens, it's normal. Last month this was my return, and currently starting in the month, just like I talked about, I had this one loss so far which doesn't really matter to me. I will go over that loss in just a second. And for my instant funding account, I had my first loss. I had 2 winners like I talked about, and I did a withdrawal. But that loss brought the account down to this balance, and the most I could lose is this 8,000. So right now I'm gonna go over that trade real quick. It was a Euro USD trade, and just show you my Myfxbook trade. Let's see, I gotta find that trade. Where is it? All right, so yeah, it was a Euro USD trade. I'm not gonna go too in depth on it because I have videos on my channel on like how I view the markets. So if you want to go see that, you can go ahead and watch that. So as I was looking at Euro USD, let me actually go in replay mode because the trade I took is actually right there. It's kind of small to see, but I look at overall structure, and right now I have a mixed bias with Euro USD, both bullish and bearish. So I like the potential bullishness. So I saw this on 30-minute zone right here, and it tapped in right about right here. And from that 30-minute time frame, I went down to a 1-minute time frame to look for entries, right? And as you know it, I look for a double break of structure in the intended direction and enter based on the supply or demand zone within that. So I followed the structure, kept following it, had this break of structure, and then finally I saw, oh, a double break of structure. So price broke up once, broke up twice, and I saw this nice demand zone right here. And I like to enter on the once price goes above the high of the previous candle. So I did that. Price didn't give me a chance to manage this trade to break even, or even my partials right here, because I usually take my partials and then let the rest run to really higher time frame zones. So I didn't get that. So it was just a $500 loss on the account. So what y'all need to understand is y'all need to continue to follow your system even when it loses, because each time in the market is different. So even though the setup may be the same, the outcome may not be the same, and that's what you really need to understand. Just because your strategy takes a string of losses does not mean it doesn't make money. If other people are making money with that same strategy, it has to be with following that strategy consistently and managing it. They know that overall it makes money, and that's how you need to think from now on. If you wanted to see me withdraw $1,500 from an instant funded account, it's basically a funded account with no challenges at all, real profits, all that profit split. Go ahead and watch this video.